Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we're going to be doing something just slightly different today, I think. I would guess that 95% of the puzzles that we are sent or that are recommended to us are what most people would describe as pretty difficult puzzles. They take Mark and I sometimes well over an hour, sometimes well over 2 hours. It has been known to take 4 hours to solve a puzzle. And that's fine, and that's the general trend of puzzle difficulty. I think has increased over the years. There's sort of been difficulty inflation, but we are always on the lookout for puzzles that are slightly easier, but crucially retain that level of interest and beauty that means that they're going to be enjoyed by an audience. And this puzzle, called 10x plus Y by Cactuslave, is one such example. This is a 1 star out of 5 difficulty rated puzzle on Logic Masters. But if I show you the comments, they're just wonderful. It's still got a huge approval rating on my central mouse thingy. Still doesn't work. But look, everybody's just saying it's a great puzzle, nice little puzzle, fun, delight. Thank you very much for creating and sharing this little math puzzle. Glad you added in base 10. What's that about? I don't know. Is it? Oh, yes. Okay, that is in the instructions. Anyway, Cactuslave is one of my favourite constructors. He's actually been on a little bit of a hiatus recently. Come back, Cactuslave. Well, this is what we're going to have a go at today. I saw in one of those comments on Logic Masters that somebody had done this puzzle in under 5 minutes. So if you fancy yourself as a bit of a speed demon, that's a challenge for you. Anyway, we'll read the rules, which are very short for this one, in a moment or two's time. What can I tell you about before that? Over on Patreon, we've got the solution videos for this month's monthly reward up, which was Spider-Man, obviously the Spider-Man hunt. If you did get stuck on any of those, and we did get 1 or 2 comments that a couple of the puzzles had sticky points in them, you can watch the videos over on Patreon now and see how to get yourselves unstuck. Very, very well done to the hundreds and hundreds of you that managed to finish the entire thing, and we will draw the winner shortly. I rely on Mark for that. He knows how to generate random numbers from the computer. So anyway, we'll do the winner in a day or two's time. Other than that, what else to mention? We should be back in the Blueprints Mansion on Monday night, so we'd love to have your company for that if you're free. Let's see if we can find that watering can. And I've got a couple of birthdays to do. Let's have a look at the birthday list. What's that say? No, that's fine. That's a WhatsApp message about wine, of all things. Andrea, it's your birthday today. I know this because your boyfriend Santiago wrote to me. Apparently the two of you watch the channel together of an evening, so thank you both for watching. I'm going to try and say, is it Feliz Cumpleaños? That's going to be utterly butchered. Santiago asked if I could try and say that in Spanish. I did my best. I hope it was at least intelligible slightly, Andrea, and I hope obviously today is a day full of gifts and an enormous chocolate cake with lots of chocolate icing. And then, am I late with this one? Yes, I'm a day late with this one. I'm so sorry, Steve. Your wife Nicole wrote to me and asked if we could say, wish you a happy birthday. I know that you watch a lot of the shorts content. I think you started with Mardle. that's what I should certainly refer to him as Mardle from now on. I think you watched Mark's Wordle videos originally, and then you've got more and more into cryptic crossword content, so you've started to find our minute cryptic videos, etc. So thank you for watching. I hope you even get this message. You might not watch enough long messages to get it, but Steve, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake yesterday was up to scratch. Now let's have a look at Cactuslave's puzzle, 10x plus Y. What do we have to do with this one? We've got normal 6x6 Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 6 once each in every row, every column, and every 2x3 rectangle. digits along an arrow sum to the 2-digit number shown in the attached pill, read left to right in base 10. I suppose you could make a version of this that would be quite a lot more difficult if we weren't using base 10. But what that means is if this was sort of 16, that's how you would read that. 16, and then the arrow would have to, and that's going to be wrong, isn't it? But that arrow would have to add 16 is how the rules work. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, let's deal firstly with, I think, the misinformation almost provided in the title of this puzzle, 10x plus y. I mean, that is sort of useful. But, so I think what Cactus Larve is leading us towards there is if we put the numbers 1 and 6 in here. Obviously, from a mathematical perspective, the sum of this arrow is 16. It's not 1, 6. So how do we turn the numbers 1 and 6 into the number 16? We times the tens digit by 10, 10x, and we add the units digit on. So if we wanted to know what the sum of the whole row was, well, there's a few things we could think about, isn't there? How could we express all of those digits mathematically? Well, as Cactus Larve tells us, let's put x and y in. If this is x and this is y, we know that the arrow adds up to 10x plus y, but the whole row includes another x and another y, if you see what I mean. So this is 10x plus y, this portion of it. Oh, terrible choice of colour. So the indigo portion adds to 10x plus y, and once we add the digit x and the digit y to 10x plus y, we get 11x plus 2y. So the whole row is equal to 11 times this digit plus 2 times this digit. Now, we can do stuff with this, I think, to do with parity, because the secret in a 6x6 Sudoku, which is not the same as the secret of Sudoku for a 9x9 Sudoku, but it's going to be important, isn't it? Because, and it's something I share with only my very, very favourite people. If you're watching this video about 6x6 Sudokus, my goodness, you're in that small part of the Venn diagram that makes you absolutely one of my favourite people. So we know what the sum, or we know that any row, any column, and any rectangle of a 6x6 Sudoku contains the digits 1 to 6 once each. If we add 1 to 6 up, we get the triangular number for 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. So I know that the sum of this row is odd. So remember the equation, 11x plus 2y. If this was an odd number, let's do it the other way around. If this is an even number, 11 times an even number will be an even number, plus another even number, because the whole row adds to 2 times y, so 2y is even as well. And that would imply that 21 was even. Well, that can't be right. So this is going to have to be a 1. And that's a very complicated way I've sort of demonstrated that. But that's sort of how one could go about thinking about this sort of in a holistic way. And once we've got 1 here, we know that the 11x part of our equation for the whole row adds to 11. So 11x plus 2y is equal to 21. So this 2y is equal to 10. So y is equal to 5. And then we can sort of check whether this is going to make sense. So 15 for here, plus 5 plus 1, that is 21, isn't it? So, I mean, we could do that if we wanted to. But at least maths works. That's what we've discovered there. Now, okay, when we were doing the example, I was looking at this pill, and I put 16 into this and realised it was immediately wrong. I suspect this has to be a 2. Because if we think about this portion of the line, what's the sum of those digits? Well, again, that's got to be the digits 1 to 6 once each, so that's 21's worth of digits. Now, whatever this digit is, we're never going to get this tens digit up to be a 30-something number. We can't put 9 in here. It's a 1 to 6 Sudoku. So this is definitely a 2. But the same principle applies here, doesn't it? In the sense that we know the entirety of this line does add up to 11 times this digit plus 2 times this digit. And okay. So we could even do this by elimination, couldn't we? In the sense that, so we know that this is 21. So if this was, I don't know, a 6, this would be 27. That's not going to work. If this is 4, this would need to be 25. It's not going to work. The difference between those has to be 1, and this has to be the higher digit. So 24, we can already see it's going to work. 24, this is now a 6. I mean, I can totally see how you could do this puzzle very quickly, but I'm sort of enjoying just exploring the principles involved in it a little bit. Now this is that's not 1 or 2. Okay, let's think about that then in the context of the bottom 2 boxes altogether. Because we do know the sum of the entirety of those 2 boxes, that's going to be 2 lots of 21, which is 42. So, oh goodness, sorry, there's a storm blowing through, and I didn't close my door, so it's decided to slam. Right, so we can see that this tens digit is either a 3 or a 4. Now let's imagine for a moment it was a 4. We know that this digit is not 0. Oh dear, it really is getting blowy. It might slam again in a moment. I'm sorry if this does make a noise. Don't do it. Naughty door. Yeah, so we know that everything there would sum to 42. So if this is the minimum it could be, that would be a 41, wouldn't it? 41 would be left for the remainder of all of those digits, minus those 2 digits to get to the sum of the line. So there's no way that this can be a 4 digit, because it would imply that, well, it just would be nonsense. 1 plus 4 plus whatever this is would be deducted from 42 to get the total of the line. So this is going to be a 3. Again, let's use the principle. We now know that this digit, if you like, accounts for 33 of the overall sum of this entire line. So we've got 33 plus something, which is going to be 2y, isn't it? So if this was, let's say it was a 5, that's already too big, because then we would have 43 for the line. But we know that the whole box sums to 42. If this was a 1, let's try an alternative. If this was a 1, I shouldn't have tried 5 anyway. I've not been doing any Sudoku in this puzzle, really. If this was 31, then we would be on 33 plus 2 is 35. And this would have to be a 7 to get us to 42. So that definitely doesn't work either. But if this is 2, it might work, mightn't it? 33 plus 4 is 37, and then this could be a 5, and that would work. I think that's going to have to be how it works. So it's going to be a 5 here, a 2 here. Now, if this is a 6, did I check that one? No, it's going to be too big, because we already looked at 5. 5 was too big. 36 would take us up to 33 plus 12 for those digits, which is too much again, 45, not even including this number. So this is 32, this is 5. Well, this tens digit has to be a 1, because we can't make this arrow add up to 20 something, even if we put 4 and 6 in there. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15, isn't it? So this is going to be a 1. So again, remember, we're adding all of those digits add up to 11x, so 11 plus this digit here. Now, how should we do this? Or is there is there a jolly beautiful way to do it? There could well be with a cactus larve puzzle. Oh, in fact, also, yeah, well, we can actually do a little bit of Sudoku here, can't we? Because this tens digit for a 3-digit line will have to be a 1. We can't add it up to 50 or 60. So we get all of those digits entered. And a 1 in the corner, and a 1 here, and a 1 here. Just doing a little bit of Sudoku. We're allowed to repeat digits on lines, aren't we? So this line could be double 5 plus 6 here. But we do know that these, in fact, these digits add up to 11. So they must be a 5-6 pair, and the order's known from Sudoku. Now these digits are 2, 3, and 4. And how should we do this? Well, you can already see, I don't know if it's obvious, but that's going to be a 2, isn't it? Because 5 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 12. And if we go for anything else here, then let's try 13 and just see why it breaks. That would imply, using our 11x plus 2y situation, that would be on 17 here. Well, we can't make those up to 17. It's just too big. So that's going to be a 2. This is a 3-4 pair. That's a 2 by Sudoku. This is a 4 by Sudoku. It can't be a 3. And okay, and these are 3, 5. So we can put the 3 in, put the 5 and the 6 in, write a 2 in the corner. And are we sort of done now? I mean, that's obviously Sudoku to do, and we can do that. But the sort of mathematics of the puzzle, I think, they've gone away, haven't they? So now we're sort of in a LinkedIn mini Sudoku mode to finish it off. So it is quite a simple puzzle by modern Cracking the Cryptic standards. I think 6 years ago on the channel, this would have been a normal difficulty puzzle. And actually, I think for some people, this would be plenty difficult enough, because the concept of tens digits and units digits having to be multiplied by 10 would be as mathematical a thing as they've probably seen in life. If you haven't done much maths in your life, or you neglected maths in school, it really would be, even this, I think, would be challenging. But hopefully, hopefully you agree that was rather pretty, and also hopefully you might encourage you, do share it, do try and get more people into this wonderful hobby that we all share. I think this is the sort of thing that might be a nice gateway. And let's see some of your fastest times in the comments. If somebody, honest times as well. You can't just say 1 second. I'm not going to believe that. Okay, let me think about that. What would the fastest solver in the world solve this puzzle in? I'm going to say, I don't know if Chan Ertaran will be watching this, but I think Chan would do this in just over a minute. Might be wrong. That would be my guess. Anyway, let me know how you got on in the comments. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.